chapter 70. The chapter of Ascent, containing 45 verses written at In the name of God, gracious and merciful, some persons have demanded when shall be the day of judgment, and in what time the wicked shall be chastised. None but God is able to deliver men from the torments of hell. He is Lord of the way that ascendeth to heaven. The angels and the spirits shall ascend towards him at the day of judgment, and that day shall seem to the wicked to endure 50,000 years. There are different time periods if you look beyond the English word day into the Arabic yawm. Expect with patience. The wicked imagine they are far from that day, but thou shalt see it speedily. That day shall the heaven resemble dissolved metal. The mountain shall be like to carded wool, which bendeth downwards. None shall ask his neighbor who he is, and they shall look upon one another. The unbelievers shall desire to redeem themselves from these pains through the loss of their children, their wives, their brethren, their companions, their neighbors, and the loss of all that is on earth. The flame of fire shall rise upon them and shall burn the skin of their head. They shall call upon those that are blind, that are behind them, that have like themselves abandoned the law of God, and the covetous that shall have heaped up treasures. Man was created timorous. He is afraid when evil befalleth him, and is arrogant when good happeneth to him, except the believers who are stable in their faith, that persevere in their prayers, that give alms to the poor that beg, and those that are bashful, that believe in the day of judgment, fear the punishment of God, and know none other women but their own wives, and their slaves that attend to them, but not sexually. They shall be exempt from affliction at the day of judgment. Those that shall act the contrary shall be in the number of the unjust. They who effect what they have promised and preserve faithfully what to them hath been entrusted, who speak the truth in testimony and make their prayers at the time appointed, shall be honored in paradise. Wherefore is it that the misbelievers who are about thee cast their eyes to the right hand and to the left with pride? Do they require to enter into paradise and be saved? We have created them as other men. I swear by the Lord of the east and west that we are able to change them into a people better than they, and that is a thing easy for us to perform. Leave them in their errors until they become to the day when they are promised to be chastised, and that they shall come out of their sepulchres to repair to universal judgment. They shall repair thither terrified, and their sight shall be covered with shame. And this is the day that hath been heretofore preached to them. And so the casting with eyes, and to distract themselves from what they have been presented, is, a reason why you compare this with the last one, other than the fact that this is the order that the prophet gave for the Quran. And we see also the this is a day like 1,000 years. This is a day like 50,000 years. Well, I mean, if you look at the context of the verse, but look at even that in itself, we don't have to see that as contradictory. I say this because some people are going to claim that.